We in here, guys. Yeah. Let me turn this up real quick. We got some stuff to talk about tonight, y'all. Gotta let y'all hear this beat, though. Yeah. Some crazy stuff has went down, guys. Can't get too hype with this one. Yeah, a lot of that what you just heard just went down, but in a very bad way. A very, very bad way. And we're about to talk about it. We're gonna check out some factual information about what's going on. Let's see what happened. All right, I see 3 in the chats right now. I know I woke y'all up early right now. Usually we do this at 8 o'clock on Sundays, but we had to get this in, man. This emergency. Urgent. Urgent gun gossip. Tennessee Goddess, I see you out there. Nah, that's not Jada. That's Tupac. The greatest rapper of all time, man. Right there. One of my favorite rappers, man. Probably my favorite. I got a lot of favorite rappers, though. I like a lot of them. I love them. Who else we got out there? Let me go ahead and look in the comments, see who else is out here. So it look like, shoot, Tennessee got, well, we got 3 out there. It's 5 out there now, from what I can see. So if y'all out there, go ahead and drop some comments out here. You said Jada thinks she's Tupac. The gun alert guy, Mike is here, y'all. Mike is out there. He's out there, guys. Yeah, we got 7 in the chats. Come on, turn them numbers up. Share it, man. Please, if y'all don't mind, share the stream right now. That way we can go ahead and get some people in here, because I really, really want to converse about this. Let you guys know what's going on. Howard J, we see you out there, brother. I see you, man. I see you out there, man. Yeah, I see you, brother. Who else we got? We got 7 out there. There's some more of y'all out there. Go ahead and say who y'all are. We about to get into this tonight, guys. This stuff, when I tell you it's crazy, this is probably the craziest out of the active shooter situations.
Dad,
nuts. Very nuts. All right. The Shaggy Rifleman is in the house, guys. All right. Let me post his note. He said, yo, some dude on Discord was telling me about this last night. He was there. Holy shit, 12 dead. Yeah, 50 wounded. Were allegedly numbers. Mill vet, yeah. Yeah, actually, it's more than 12 dead. It's more than 12 dead, but we're going to touch on that in a few minutes. Yeah, dude was just letting off shots, man. And we still don't know why. Christine White, we see you out there. We just getting everybody in here tonight, guys. Christine, share that video for me. Everybody in the comment section, share the video. That way we can get some more people in here for gun gossip. I know it's a little early through the week, but I had to get online. All right. We got 12 out in the chats. 12 out there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and drop this link for Mike the Gun Alert guy. I think Paul the Fifth is coming in, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pull Tennessee Goddess in here. All right, y'all. Paul the Fifth, Alien Gang. We see you, Tech Car Gun Fanatics. Jova Q. Jova Q is in the house, y'all. Paul, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it in. And guess what, y'all? The climate is so bad right now. Y'all know I'm not from this planet. I had to call on one of my buddies, man. He's strictly about the business. So much so that he comes to the planet Earth to take care of business when we got times like this. So I had to call him up, man. I had to call him up. I think he might join us tonight. I had to, guys. I had to do it. All right, I just dropped that link. Y'all go ahead and come in. I'll pull y'all in here. The Shaggy Rifleman, he said, y'all, it's getting cold out there. I'm hoping to stay warm. It is, man. Today, though, we got lucky. It was 78 degrees here in Tennessee. I love it. The last couple of days, it was pretty cold. It was pretty cool out there. but today was nice and warm.
Dad, can you make a banger?
Yeah. All right, guys. It's going down tonight. All right, it looks like the number's getting a little better. We got 15 out there in the chats. Oh yeah, we got my boy, my vanilla brother from another mother. He's about to come in, guys. Yeah. All right. Bam and bam. Stop playing with him. Yeah. It's going down tonight. Let me turn this down real quick, guys. We got some shit to talk about. All right. Mike, Paul the Fifth. It's not looking good.
No.
Paul, it's not looking good. You mute?
There we go.
It's not looking good, Paul the Fifth.
No.
Yeah, pretty bad situation, guys. So, for those that don't know, okay, let me go ahead and pull the queen in. Bam, she's in here. What's up, Tennessee Goddess?
I'm still working, so no camera.
Okay, it's all good. I'm just informing them about what's going on. We have, for those that don't know, and I know a lot of you guys, you all know, but for those that don't, we have an active shooter situation at hand right now. The crazy thing about it is they haven't caught this guy. He's out cold. I'm going to just be honest. And from the information keeps changing. Okay. So far, what we know about this guy, they claim that he was an instructor, a firearm instructor. I heard that changed. We do know that he's in the military. Well, he was enlisted in the military. And with that being said, this guy, and he was, and basically they're saying he was military instructor, I guess, for firearms. That's what it kind of sounds like.
He was a firearms military instructor.
Yeah.
Military firearms instructor is what I've been told.
That's what they removed the firearm instructor from his repertoire.
Yeah. And it's getting very interesting because the information is constantly evolving and constantly changing. But this is what we heard so far, guys. So this dude, if he knows all of that stuff, he's going to be pretty hard to defeat. And I don't know if you remember, Mike, Paul, Tennessee Goddess, do y'all remember when I had that active shooter? I don't know if you guys was on there, but I said specifically, I said, you got these little rinky-dink people doing this crazy stuff. But I said, once you get somebody that's experienced coming out doing this type of stuff, it's going to be a whole different ball game. You remember that, Mike? Mike is frozen. Boy, his internet, boy, that's that cricket service. Tennessee Goddess, you remember?
I remember you saying something about that, yeah.
Yeah. And so basically, this is what we're up against right now. The interesting thing about this guy, he didn't have any chest plate carriers from what I could see. So that was interesting, unless I missed something, but I didn't see any.
I didn't see anything either. When you have somebody out like that, they are trying to be shot.
Right.
There was just nobody there that did it.
You think it was a suicide type mission?
I think it possibly could be.
Okay. Jova Q just said, heard he was a petroleum specialist in the reserves. So yeah, so it's a lot of information that's coming out. So we're just presenting to you all what we've heard so far in the media. So far, from what I've heard, he has annihilated 18 people, which put him in the dirt, basically. And ain't it like 20 something people injured or something?
There was over 50 injured, I heard.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And they're just now executing the search warrant on his home. Just now.
That's a damn shame. Paul the Fifth, what was you about to say, bro?
Oh, I had heard that it was like closer to 22 on the death toll, and then like Tennessee Goddess said like more about 40 injured, but who knows?
Right. Yeah. So the number is constantly increasing. which is sad.
Last night they were saying it was 22, and then it was 18 from daybreak until current, unless there's been more since then. And they were discussing the charges that he was going to get on one news channel, and they basically said more will come because some people were not identified.
Wow.
So it could be the 22, and some of them were not identified.
Man, that is crazy. That is crazy. And it's funny. Well, it's not funny that any of this happened, but I was expressing myself. I was at the gas station today after I got off work, and I met this guy. He was a really, really, really nice guy. Really nice guy. But I can tell he wasn't too fond about firearms and stuff like this. And so he started talking to me about what had happened. He obviously knew what had happened. And I started explaining to him that if there was individual people there or one person there, it would not have been a guarantee that they could have stopped the threat, but it would have gave him more hell and possibly stopped the threat. So that's how important it is to be a law-abiding, holder of firearms. I mean, that's how important this thing is. But even then, when you do that, now these days you have to step it up a notch. I mean, you just a handgun, when this guy is carrying around what looks like, allegedly speaking, what looks like an AR, you know what? I mean, and then you got a handgun, you're going to be outgunned, most likely, unless you're a good shot. And there's a lot of people who are good shots. But I wouldn't want that fight. I would rather have one against one and other like that. But I mean, now these days, you literally have to have some kind of plates, some kind of, trunk gun that's going to get the job done. Like, what do you do in situations like this? This dude literally came out looking for victims. He wanted blood. He wanted it. He smelt it and he got it. And so, does anybody in the chats know? Y'all tell me, does anybody in the chats know if Maine's laws are harsh? I'm thinking, I'm from up north, so I can't diss up north at all, but are they a little bit tougher on their gun laws? And if so, then you can see why stuff like this happens, man. I don't know.
I don't think Maine's very strict on their gun laws.
Interesting. And one thing I couldn't find out for sure, and Jova Q, somebody out there in the chats let me know, where did this guy go? I heard it was a lot of younger people that got hit. So go ahead, Paul.
Well, he went to like a bowling alley, and then there's a bar next door, and apparently there's like another bowling alley like across the way. So I think he went to 3 different places.
Wow, man. So he knew exactly where to go, where was going to be a large influx of people.
Yeah, so it sounds like, I mean, from the information that I'm gathering, it sounds like he had this. He didn't just do it on a whim,
You think it's something to it?
I mean, from what I'm gathering.
I mean,
I think people that do stuff like this, they have a plan.
Yes.
Motivated by something.
Yes.
And they've planned it out and they've thought about it for quite some time.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
And because you never know what's going on behind somebody's eyes.
And remember, I was telling you, Paul, look what Ramsey J said. He made a damn good point. Remember, I've been talking to you about this and we getting some stuff together. It's coming soon, but
it is.
Yeah, you already know we got some orders put in place, but it says it right here. I wasn't interested in a trunk gun PCC setup until now. What have we been talking about the last 2 weeks, Paul, and been putting our orders in for?
Exactly this.
Come on, man.
And by the weekend, I'm going to have mine because this has motivated me to be prepared. Be more prepared.
You ain't lying. Tennessee got us. What are you about to say?
Nothing.
It's just sad. It's sad.
What kind of truck gun are you thinking of getting, or car gun?
No, we're saying trunk gun.
Yeah, trunk.
So one to
like for your car, a trunk gun.
Yeah. So just like Ramsey J said, we're looking at PCCs or either folding stock ARs or something like that we know that can, try to suppress a threat when it comes to something like that, you know. And I think that's super duper important, man. And just in case you have to deploy something like that, you know. Jova Q said PCCs is useless. I like PCCs though, but they do have a shorter barrel. The longer the barrel, the more accurate it's going to be. Obviously, long range. So I understand, you know, that concept of that right there. Once you go below, I believe it's 16, I think, inches or something like that. That's when you start to lose some accuracy when it comes to that. So I understand that concept. I still like the PCCs though; they dope, and then they can fit anywhere. And then if you get a folding stock, you can throw that boy in a book bag, which is pretty dope. But anyway,
How'd you know that's where mine was?
huh?
How'd you know it was in a book bag?
No. I'm saying to put one in the book bag.
How'd you know that mine is in a book bag?
Oh, I had no idea. I had no idea. I had no idea. I had none, which is super dope. See, I love that, especially a female doing that. I love it. Jova Q said, let's see what he say. 5, 7, 10 millimeter or one of my SBR 5.56s. I feel you, brother. Mm-hmm. Yep. Michael, we appreciate you coming through. I thought that was Mike the gun alert guy first. Michael Sherfield, he said, I carry everywhere. Straight up, man. And Jova Q said it's still a pistol caliber. Yep. Howard J, he said 300 blackout ARP. Yep. Let's see. Oh, we got a new person in here, guys. We appreciate you coming through, Comic. Let's see. He said America is quite the country. This never happens in other countries. Wonder why? I think we should be less gun crazy and more gun responsible. Well, I got something to tell you, Comic. With all due respect. And again, I love you coming through to the channel, brother. I appreciate you coming through. It's much love. But the dynamics here, it sounds like you're from a different country. So the dynamics here are quite different. And let me explain. Due to our history, America was established on firearms. And due to our history, when we look at the history, we have so many firearms, in rotation out there, out there right now, till you can't take them away. Even if you administer certain laws, you can't take them away from a lot of these bad guys. So the only thing you can pretty much do now is protect yourself and have a firearm against other people who are bad people who have firearms. I mean, that's where we're at now. We have way too many. I can't remember how many they said in America each person could have, and it was like a crazy amount that each individual person could actually have. And so it's that many out there, and unfortunately it slips in the hands of bad people. That's, we're in this type of situation. So even if we said no guns today, we're going to take away all the guns from everybody, it's not going to fix a damn thing, brother. I promise. Actually, it will make the situation even worse because the bad people will have ups on the good people and the good citizens of America. I'm just saying. Let me bring Mike in. Mike, did you just hear what I said, bro?
I did. So it was playing over here. And because I am that type of individual, apparently this one just died.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and elaborate, Mike.
Yeah, I was basically just listening, and then my entire console and everything went blank, and I had no power to that machine, so I just swapped it out for another one.
Yeah.
So here I am.
Yeah, so that's all I was saying, man, is that, comic, it's just different. The whole structure, American, fabric is just different from any other country. And I don't think it's a good thing, and I don't think it's a bad thing. It's a thing that we have to deal with right now. We have to deal with it because it's too late. It's out there. So now you simply have to protect yourself. It's that simple. And it's no way around it unless you're American and you want to move to a different country. Now, I wouldn't mind stepping off into some other countries just to check them out because I love other countries. But I love America, and I was born here. And these are my stomping grounds. So it's one of those things, comic, where we have to deal with it, bro.
Yeah, different countries have different things. Ramsey's saying here, I bet those Israelis wish they were gun crazy a few weeks ago.
Man, you ain't lying. They came down on parachutes on them mugs.
Yeah, so kind of after that is Israel actually invested a crap load of money after that, and they were basically buying guns to give to the citizens.
Wow.
Yeah.
And just imagine if all those people, even though they was out there partying and drinking liquor and all that stuff, but still, just
Mhm.
if they just say, for instance, you had people who wasn't drinking and was able to carry firearms, they could have even been more protected. At least they would have put up a fight. I mean, why you just gonna lay your head down?
Yeah,
At least put up a fight, man.
the Hamas guys that went in, they were originally told it was a one-way mission. They were not coming back. So a lot of them, when they did get back, were really surprised.
Well,
So
and that's it's just sad situation all the way around with this, guys. I'm gonna pull up real quick some news that I have loaded, locked and loaded, ready to go. And we're gonna check this out, and then we'll have some more you guys come through. But Comic, I really appreciate you coming through to the channel. I wish you would come more too. Let's see. Jova Q posted something. He said, for pistols, not positive on the rifle energy. Okay. And then Jova Q said again, he said the same thing with Ukraine. Taiwan has done the same thing as far as arming, training civilians. I'm telling you, man, this stuff is real. Let's see. Ramsey J, he said, okay, 300 blackout or 556. It is. All right. I'm going to pull this up real quick. And then you guys let me know what you think about this. Let me go ahead and share the screen on this real quick. This is crazy. This is crazy, man. Just crazy. Here we go. I'm sharing screen now, guys.
We will begin with the latest developments on the mass shooting in Maine. I'm David Usher.
I'm Natalie Pascarella. Here's what we know right now. Sadly, 18 people were killed, 13 others injured in those two shootings in the city of Lewiston. The governor describing this as a close-knit community about 30 miles from Portland. Now, the shootings happened less than 15 minutes apart at a bowling alley and a restaurant. Right now, there's an all-out manhunt underway for the
Well, that mug coming through like he know what he doing.
Police say he is armed with an AR-style
was
rifle
not playing.
and dangerous. 2 counties in Maine now being told to shelter in place, Dave.
Today, President Biden ordered flags across the country to be lowered to half-staff in honor of the Maine shooting victims. In a statement, the president called the tragedy, quote, yet another senseless and tragic mass shooting. We do have team coverage in place. We'll begin with News 4's Paisy Chang, who is on the scene in Lewiston, Maine.
Well, David, the bowling alley is just up the road here behind me. A police car is still blocking off the street as this is a very active crime scene. Now, nothing is open around here, David. No restaurants, businesses, government offices, all closed today because of this shelter-in-place order. I can tell you that the mood in this town, very tense, very eerie, as the suspected shooter is still on the run. In the air and on the ground, a massive manhunt underway in Maine for a killer.
But Mr. Carr is considered armed and dangerous, and police advise that Maine people should not approach him under any circumstances.
Police identifying the suspect as Robert Card, a 40-year-old enlisted in the Army Reserve. An active military
crazy.
Police releasing these surveillance pictures showing Card armed with an assault rifle moments before he opened fire at 2 locations in Lewiston last night, killing 18 people, injuring 13 more.
Wow, man.
Awesome way at spare time. There's an active shooter situation going on there, multiple patients. Captain, you have a second one. Second active shooter, Schmangies.
Police say Card shot up a bowling alley and bar about 5 miles apart.
We were inside and smelling like a bowling, and out of nowhere he just came in and there was a loud pop. I was a balloon. I had my back turned to the door. And as soon as I turned and saw it was not a balloon, he was holding a weapon.
The injured rushed to multiple hospitals.
Over the next 45 minutes, we received a total of 14 patients.
Anxious residents waiting outside a local hospital, hoping to hear any updates about loved ones.
As one can imagine, it's your worst nightmare.
State police ordering residents in 2 counties to shelter in place, schools and businesses closed.
I'm in shock. I don't think anyone has digested it yet. I think that honestly, everybody is still like, whoa.
The White House lowering flags to half-staff as Maine and the rest of the country mourn the lives lost.
No words can truly or fully measure the grief of Maine people today. Our small state of just 1.3 million people has long been known as one of the safest states in the nation. This attack strikes at the very heart of who we are and the values we hold dear for this precious place we call home.
Continue to search for Robert Card. He is, again, the former military man who is on the loose and is named as a suspect and wanted for homicide by Maine authorities. We have FBI, ATF, state
Man, they
police,
on his
local
head,
police,
boy. They
all
on his head,
joining
Mike.
in the search. Amtrak area, airports, all put on notice. All this after the suspect's vehicle, as you see there, was found a short distance from the shooting scenes, and he has not been seen since the second shooting and his abandoning of that car. His whereabouts unknown at this hour. Again, investigators searching his home. They found a note. And it is unclear, again, what's in the note. We've not been told yet if it was any sort of threat note, suicide note, but they believe that it is a significant clue that could help them in their search for Card, a search that remains active at this hour. Again, he was armed with an AR-15 type weapon, opening fire, shooting his victims, some of them teenagers, in a bowling alley. And again, this manhunt remains very active, but investigators hoping this discovery of a note in the home may bring them a step closer to finding the suspect.
Man, what y'all think?
I'm looking for one thing here because I saw this earlier today, was that he had been evaluated for mental health this year.
Well, this is what I gotta say, and some of y'all might get a little upset about this, but it's okay because all of us have our own opinions. But I'm gonna say it like this, man. Is it a possibility that this guy has mental health issues? Probably so. But at the same time, people know what they're doing, man. And I'm gonna just put it that way. People know what they're doing. When you go out and you can make a decision to knock off, and I'm saying that because I don't want to trigger certain things in YouTube, but when you can knock off certain amount of people like that, you know what you're doing. Now, so we all have decisions. I mean, we're all dealing with things. I get on this show and I do videos every single damn day, and I work every damn day. I could have a mental issue and nobody never knows. So all of us are dealing with something, but I can tell you this. I know if I go outside with a firearm and I do something to somebody else, I know that that's not a good thing. It's not hard to understand that. So what I say is this. Everybody is using the mental health thing constantly, instead of trying to figure out what else is going on. What was the motive? I'm hearing more about the mental health than I am about the motive and what happened. It's almost like they're trying to ignore. I don't like that. Is it just me? I don't, guys. I'm just saying.
Well, I blame a lot of stuff on mental health, like it's a catch-all sometimes.
Man.
You know, and it's not always that simple, because you have people, as I just stated in the chat, there's people that are mentally ill but think there's nothing wrong with them.
Yep.
And no matter how hard people fight and try to help that person, if they don't think there's an issue, it's not an issue to them.
Mm-hmm.
And you can only do so much.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can't compartmentalize what a mental health issue is.
You ain't lying. JovaQ, and that's right, Tennessee Goddess, and JovaQ made a point. He said, need to know what the trigger was. That's what I want to hear more about. I mean, they throwing around the mental health stuff, and that's absorbing everything else. No, you can't trick us like that, man. What really was going on? Did he not like somebody at the bowling alley? It could have been. Was it a fine female, somebody that turned him down? Men get their feelings hurt real bad sometimes. Sometimes men get their feeling hurt so bad we think about stuff like that. That's stuff we don't want to talk about. But it happens, especially if it's a girl you like. I know that sounds morbid and weird, but it happens. Okay, so what was it? I'm not saying that was it, but what was the defining factor? What really went on to cause him to do that situation? Let's drill down to that. And then I think that's when they can possibly help him. Even though, I know it's people out there say, oh, that dirty dog, he deserved to be in the dirt, but but people deserve a chance, man. And I don't care who they are. Like, that's just the way that I think now. And so let's find out what's going on with this dude. Of course, he can't get around being punished, but what was it, man? And that's what I want to know about. That's all I'm saying. You know.
Yeah, and whatever documents they find as part of this whole deal, covenant, needs to be made public. We need to review it, have access to it, to understand what was going on, so we can be on the lookout for it in the future.
Right. I'm just upset, man. This is just some crazy stuff, and it's happening more and more and more. I don't know. Howard J said mental health is always the escape for bad actions. Facts, bro. But as a country, we don't address mental illness and always blame the firearm if one is used.
Exactly.
Wow. I mean, we drill down over here at Gun Gossip, y'all. We ain't gonna give y'all no. We ain't none of that. We hitting it right on the nose. That's what these people in the chats are saying, and it just is what it is, man. Stop sugarcoating stuff like that. And like, so now this guy, we don't know where he's at, but I can tell you this: most likely, I mean, I don't know, but I'm just saying, yeah, I bet you he probably ain't in the state no more, Mike. I think he's long gone.
Yeah, they've surrounded a house at this point, and they're looking at something and calling for him. So it's possible one of a couple things. One, he's there. Two, he's already out of state. Three, he's already put a bullet through his head before they even got there.
You think he that type though? I don't know if he that type.
No.
I don't think so, Mike. I don't think he's gonna try to do that. I think he's gonna go down with a blaze.
Yeah, Joe VQ, not yet, still in the courts.
Yeah. And then you have to also, this past Sunday, maybe it was Saturday, there was the police officers that were shot here in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
And just Tuesday, somehow or another, I was like pulling over on the side of the road because the high-speed chase was coming behind me.
Okay. So that's that African-American dude, and his father was like the head somebody in the police department, right?
Chief of police, yeah.
Okay, so watch this. Watch this. Me and Paul was heading. What was going to the range, Paul?
No, we was coming back from Outpost Armory.
We was coming
into town.
Yep, we was coming back into town, and I caught it real quick out my eye. I'm moving, and to my left, I seen a damn SUV flying.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw like 20 police cars in behind it. I was like, what the hell is going on? I said, Paul, you see that, bro? He was like, nah. I was like, then he looked in the rearview mirror and saw the cops. And I swear to you, Tennessee Goddess, it was like 20 police cars and they was flying, going crazy on the highway, and it was congested. Mm-hmm. That was that situation. I found out.
That was Saturday. I was on my way to the Outpost Armory and saw them coming back into Nashville. Even the TWRA, which is, our animal resource, they were getting it down the interstate too. And then I had learned today, which I had no idea, is that the people that work for the Tennessee Wildlife Authority here in Tennessee are just basically sheriff's deputies. Wow. Same thing. So they were hovering on down the interstate as well. And I mean, we saw county police cars from Rutherford County. We saw Laverne come through, Smyrna. Then we saw state troopers. I mean, and it was just everywhere. And I was like, it must be an accident. So, we just don't need to go that way. But when I saw the Wildlife Authority, I was like, did the bear get out again?
I knew it was something weird. I told Paul, I said, something's not right with that, Paul. And what did I say, Paul? I said, watch. On the news, something is going down. We're gonna catch it on the news when we get back to the crib. Didn't I say that?
Sure did.
Telling you, man.
Yeah. Well, we got, when we were at the Outpost, they were telling us what actually happened because other people had no idea.
This is just, it's almost like
the incident where I ran into, this was Tuesday night when he'd come down Briley Parkway, just jetting down through there, and police were after him then, and he was headed off to where, I forgot where the car stopped, and he ran into another car, and then he took off on foot. And that's where he unalived himself. I'm not sure if he was in someone's home, because I thought that he took some people hostage. I'm not sure.
Boy, this is almost like we living in a live movie right now. I swear.
That's
It
right,
is nuts.
Q. I had no idea until I learned that today.
Wow. All right, and something else happened. I don't know if it was here. I've heard something else. No, I think it was the one we were just talking about. That was the other major event that obviously happened.
Well, there was something that happened today on a military base in New Jersey that they had it on lockdown, and they were kind of announcing that it was an active shooter, but it turned out that it was not. Has not been confirmed.
It's nuts, man. It is just bonkers. And so I got a question. I mean, do you all feel comfortable in the position you're in right now with the weaponry that you do have? Be honest with yourself. And I'm talking to everybody out there in the chats, all 17 people out there in the chats, everybody on the panel. Do you feel like if there was an active shooter situation, if you made the decision, do you feel like you could suppress that threat with what you have? Be honest with yourself.
Depends on where I'm at, what I'm carrying. Somebody comes in the door back there, right over there. Good luck once they get through Frankie. We call it what it is. Bella's going to hide.
Well, we're not talking about at home, Mike. We're talking about if you're out shopping. You're not going to Kroger's. Let's talk about Aldi's. You at Aldi's. We ain't going to little ratchet Kroger. You at Aldi's. You know where the expensive food's at. Okay.
Well, I'm either National Grocers or Whole Foods. Okay.
There you go. All right.
Whole Foods.
Or you at Sam's. You know, my little spot. You know, and it goes down.
Create a defensive position. So if I'm behind the gun counter, I know that all these cabinets right here are bulletproof up to 7.62 on the glass side. And then there's a steel plate behind it. Obviously, to my left and my right, those are essentially where I was. Those were open positions. Where I'm at now, no, absolutely not. I've also got access, obviously, to the firearms that are there. This is, I'll call it an offline discussion. It's kind of interesting because we've had the discussion. Because the firearms that I have access to immediately there are not owned by anyone. They're still in certificate of origin land. I can load up quickly, create my defensive position. I also have a door just to my left to basically defend that door to make sure that people get out. So I've got a couple of different cover positions from the perspective, especially down here. The other cool part about being down here, and granted, I am all for open carry, but I hate to tell you this. If something goes down, you're the first one that's getting shot.
First one, man.
First one.
The first one.
All for it. There are so many people that open carry down here, and there are so many people.
I heard about that, Mike. Is it true?
Oh, yeah.
It's very true.
I heard about it.
It's here in Tennessee, too. There's a lot of people that open carry, but there's people that also think that if you open carry, yes, it could thwart an incident, but then again, it also because are criminals really smart enough to actually notice that you've got a firearm?
Yeah, they're very.
Some are, some are not.
Yeah, if something's going to go down, essentially, they're going to be paying attention. They don't always start. If you watch some of these videos, even like one of the convenient marts when they get robbed, they kind of walk in, kind of assess the situation before they do anything. Some do, some don't. And I would say probably the majority of them do. The ones that don't are pretty much the ones that they'll get taken down pretty quickly.
Well, that can be true too. I mean, I'm a product of the 70s and 80s, a little bit of the 60s. So, back in the day, it was always liquor stores that were being robbed.
Oh, yeah.
And the convenience stores. And everybody started having a 38 special behind the counter.
Hey, that 38 special, a little puncher, man.
Yeah, and then they went to the shotgun, so they start looking looking at that to see, hey, I wonder if they got a gun back there.
Yeah.
You know, that, yes. For me, being a female, but most people don't look at it twice. You know, and because there's so many different things now that you can wear, you don't necessarily have to open carry. You do need to practice if you're not open carry by, you know, of course, raising your shirt and pulling from a
Exactly.
holster.
Or drawn from your whatever
And
you
drawing
have.
from the holster, if you can have a range that you can do that.
Yep.
I was at a range last week, and the bays were all full, and there's one guy that's drawing from his holster, and he was doing it very unsafe, that to the point I just said, I'm done. I'm walking off the range. Y'all can stay here if you want to, but the next time he flags me from behind, I'm out. A bullet's going to go off. And the range never said a word. They were like, oh yeah, we allow that here. So that's fine that you allow it, but you need to have an RSO out there that's watching somebody like this person.
Right.
Yeah, there's several ranges I've been to that they will not allow you to draw until you've gone through their training and they sign you off.
Yeah. The former range that I worked at, you were not allowed to draw from the holster. You could, if you came in there with a holster on, you actually had to take it off with the belt and the gun still intact.
Yep.
If the holster could come off the belt, no problem. You can lift the holster off the belt, and it had to go on the table. It could not be done altogether.
You know what's crazy though, Tennessee God, is I don't see a lot of people open carry in here. It's two different type of people that I see open carry in here when I do notice it, and I'm very hyper aware of my surroundings. And I noticed the old heads, the real old heads, they kind of believe in that. I noticed. And the young stupid dudes. Now, I'm not calling all you young guys that watch my channel stupid. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it is some young dudes that's just like clueless and they just want to look hard. They just do. I'm just being honest. And for example, I went, this was years upon years ago when I went down to get my my license, my permit. And I'll never forget this. And I was in there getting fingerprints and all of that, doing that stuff. And then this light-skinned black dude came in and he had a gun in his pocket with an extended magazine sticking all the way out. And I'm like, man, Mike, I was so upset. I wanted to smack him, but I know I would have got shot if I would have smacked him. That's how I felt. And he walked in, and I'm looking at this fool like, man, what are you doing, bro? Like, and then the lady looked at me, the one that was taking my fingerprints, she looked at me, and she said, it's nothing we can do. He's a legal, carrier. She said, it's nothing we can do. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, so, he's exercising his right, but we gotta, I just say, be a little smarter, man. Like, and some of the young guys, they're doing it because they want to be seen. They doing it because, they feel like the gun makes them hard. And it ain't just African American people that's doing it. It's all different type of people doing it. But it pisses me off when I see that kind of stuff. I'm like, bro, just be easy. Put your stuff up. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do it, at least have I don't know. I love extended magazines. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I ain't gonna be walking around with an extended mag in my pocket. Maybe on the range, but not in my pocket out in public. I'm just not, man.
Only as my backups.
I'm not, man.
Yeah, I don't see walking around with that, but I went to a USCCA class that was called What Happens After the Shoot. Okay. And sitting there was a man in front of me that had 6 guns on. 6 guns, 5 or 6 knives, open carry. So he had a chest harness on, shoulder harness, holster, and then he had leg holsters as well. He was armed to the 9, and then has the audacity to say, well, I have all this stuff here because I have a lung issue. Okay, you've got a lung issue. Yeah, he couldn't breathe. Well, of course, he had like 4 packs of cigarettes on him too, but he couldn't breathe. He had lung cancer in one lung, and he didn't get around very well. And he said, this will be what I'll use. Now, he's already told everybody in that room that what is his weak point there. I'm going to push him down. Then he can't get to any of his guns or his knives.
Mhm.
And because he said he had a bad back as well,
Mhm.
bad arms and elbows. So I'm like, I'm gonna pin you down. That's it. You can't announce that type of weakness to anybody, but he just thought it was okay. And I've seen him around town several times, and he still walks around like this with all just loaded, and people just stare at him
Man,
like,
he
what's
wants
going
the
on?
attention. He wants
He
the
does.
attention, and it's sickening. It's annoying. And Michael make a good point because like Michigan gun laws is like that too. Not for out of towner, but if you're in the state of Michigan, you know, in my area, you have to have it open carry. So Michael actually made a good point, but I'm referring to people, Michael, in Tennessee. I'm talking about the people in my surrounding area. I mean, if you have a law where you have to have it open carry, then there's no other choice. It wouldn't be considered stupid then because you have to follow the law. But here, where we're at, we got it going on here. I'm gonna just be honest as far as our gun laws. So we have a choice to do certain things, and I just think it's kind of foolish here. You know,
In Texas, there is constitutional carry here, and if you constitutional carry, it is open carry. It is not conceal.
Mm-hmm.
So the only way you can conceal carry in the state of Texas is have your license to carry card.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? It's one of the questions I didn't know, and maybe you or Tennessee or even Paul know this answer. Tennessee constitutional carry. Can you conceal constitutional carry, or must it be open?
It's either or.
Okay.
With constitutional carry, for Tennessee, it has a lot of different stipulations on it. Mm-hmm. So the same way with the enhanced permit and the carry permit, that is a concealed carry permit. The one that you do online, mm-hmm. that is a conceal only. And so that the constitutional carry does not uphold to those particular individuals that have that particular concealed carry permit, the online one.
Got it.
That is my understanding of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. This is just, it's so much going on. We just always say, man, be smart and make the right decisions. And it's kind of sad because some of these younger guys, they just don't have like role models and people to really coach them or guide them. And then some of the people that they look up to online, they truly, I'm not saying nobody's perfect, but they don't even have a recipe to even be properly vetted as far as knowing certain things about firearms, and they still have them and they do crazy stuff online. So that's entertainment, and people fall into that category. But when you do that, a lot of times you learn a lot of bad things that can really get you hurt or killed.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
The cool part about the part-time gig is I don't have to sell you a gun. I don't sell guns. I can make the decision I'm not going to sell you one. We're not going to proceed with this. I don't have to tell you why. Don't have to.
Well,
and
that could be a whole nother debate. You remember how long we debated on that one?
Oh yeah.
That could go down a whole nother rabbit hole. But Mr. Wiggins, he said open carry and putting gun stickers on your vehicle are annoying to me. You lose the element of surprise. Interesting.
My Hello Kitty doesn't really carry an AR.
So I guess here's a question for you. And when your trunk gun or your truck, how is your security posture in the truck? So I'll describe mine real easy and real quick. Pulling up to a gas station, I carry, unless I'm wearing my blue shirt.
You better carry.
Yeah, that's the only time I don't carry, but essentially I don't typically stop when I'm wearing my blue shirt. But if I'm carrying, I've got that obviously on me when I get out to pump gas. So first thing I do is I assess my surroundings as I pull up. The second thing I do is I reassess once I'm out of the vehicle. Third step, before I even pull the gas cap off, is I open the back door. What's there? basically have two pieces of equipment there. I can either grab my AR or I can grab my one of my shockwaves. So I'm in a good defensive position at that point. I've got a big piece of metal between me and hopefully what's ever on the other side. When I pump, I'll either I typically go to the far left because it's obviously the driver's side. Far left pump, because essentially if anything is going to go down, it's going to go down the other side. And I've got metal between me and it, and I've got time hopefully to basically reach in, grab everything and pull it out and get myself in a defensive position and take it from there.
Man, things we need to think about. I'm telling you. And that's why I'm glad I did that reaction video with the gas pump. You were there that day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you just never know what might happen. And it's quite weird. It seems like all of this stuff usually happens at the gas station, while you're shopping, or the mall.
We could talk about the dude in Indiana that was at the mall and unalived the mass shooter there.
Well, yeah, those are all places that you go as consumers where you're focused on what you're doing. You're not, well, you and I, I.T.T, are hyper aware of everything that's going on, but the general person's not going to pay attention to everything. Not always, but that's what the criminal mind looks for.
And they look for a large amount of people that they can just whack easy like little chickens.
And what door do you go in the mall at, Ivan?
Well, we're not going to say that online because you never know who's watching. So I know where you're going. You taught me that, Mike. You taught me that, Mike. But I cannot put that online. See, I'm sharp, man. Know, it's people watching the channel that you never know who's watching the channel.
Yep.
And a situation, it may happen one day, but we know what's up.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Man, appreciate you telling me that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so we'll share that with y'all offline one day.
Yeah.
Sad situation. My condolences goes out to the families that lost loved ones, and stuff like that, man. The crazy thing is, this one was a big one. I mean, this dude must have just been, he was accurate as I don't know what to get that many people. Shoot,
Well, bowling alley is also just like a mall is an open air for the most part. Especially the new ones. If the bowling alley that I'm in, I find it kind of interesting. They have, I think it's 3006 on the door, which is basically if you can conceal carry.
Mm-hmm.
But then they have their little corporate sign right next to it that's got the no gun sign, which that one down there overrides that one.
Joe, but you asked you a question, Mike.
What hand do you use to control the pump? I'm right-handed.
You're a little scientist.
Yep. This one right here, because this is where the other stuff is at.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things, and this would be a completely different show if you even want to go down this route, Ivan. Is basically my time over in West Africa.
Mm-hmm.
When I was over there, and there was a lot of things that I learned over there that I apply to here. If you see me out, and I'll just call it wearing what I normally do, even in the wintertime, shorts and a polo shirt.
Yep.
I am typically carrying, and we were having a discussion one Friday night a couple weeks ago.
Oh, man.
How many rounds do I carry? Around 155.
He ain't lying, y'all. It could be freezing cold. This man got shorts on, man. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
It was like that in January when we went.
Yeah.
You remember?
Mm-hmm. Because I was chuckling.
And he's comfortable, though. That's his thing, man.
Yeah,
them cargo shorts.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So two firearms, 6 backup magazines on the primary gun, 1 in the tube, second firearm, and 3 backup magazines there.
Yeah, it's sad. What's up, Chicago Mike the Shooter? We see you out there. Hillbilly up. We see you out there, brother. We see all of y'all out there, man. This is a quick one, guys. So I just wanted to get on here and talk about this because number one, it's the latest news. Number two, You know, it's another active shooter situation, which is terrible. And honestly, ain't this like the biggest one so far? That's a lot of people, man.
Yeah, that is a lot of people.
It's up there.
Yeah.
You know, and so, you know, it's a terrible situation, guys. That something
as of right now, the house that they've surrounded, they're still there, but no update as to whether he's come out or not.
Man, that dude ain't playing, man. He's smart. He military. When you military, not all military guys, but most military guys be on their stuff, man. And so when you got people like that know what to do, you know, if they have an AR-15 and they catch a jam, they can clear that thing out so quick and get another one in there. It's a different ball game. When you got somebody that cannot just shoot with, you know, the correct eye, but they can put that damn optic on their other eye and switch shoulders, that's a different ball game. You playing with a different beast of a person.
Yeah.
I mean, people just can't, regular people and even people who go out and shoot sometimes can't do that. Run and gun. People think that's easy. That's not easy. I mean, and when you got people that can do stuff like that and then they flip like this, you're dealing with a different type of guy. So you better get some of your top guys to be able to tackle that situation. I'm pretty sure they do. But I think the way they're talking, they're handling this one with care. They are. Because they know it could be some casualties on the other side.
Yep.
So that's all I really wanted with this one, man. I appreciate y'all rocking out. Of course, I'm not super hyped because all this situation has happened today. And this is not going to be the only time that this happens, unfortunately. This will be a continual thing. This planet wasn't meant to be heaven on earth. This planet was meant to be challenging for all of us. It's a challenge.
Absolutely.
That's why we're here, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a challenge. That's why we're here. And you have to know how to navigate within the challenge. And that's where you get your kudos when you transition to the other place. It's just a whole nother ball game, guys. So I just wish everybody good luck, man. Be smart, you know, pay attention. I'm in my phone a lot, but I tell you this, you know, my peripheral visions and all of that stuff, I got like 5 eyes around my big head. So I'm watching every damn thing, seriously. And like I was just talking to Paul, you know, it's getting to the point now where I never thought it would be like this on my channel, how big it is now. And when I go to Cars and Coffee, a lot of people know me now. So it's so many people that know me is getting slick, a little uncomfortable, Mike, because people now are starting to walk up on me and I'm not catching it because I'm recording. You feel me?
Right. Yep.
So now I have to have security with me. I know that sounds so crazy, but so now I have to have certain people around me just to kind of be on the lookout just in case, you know, and I'm still looking anyway and paying attention. But when you're doing stuff like that, a lot of times things like that, you can slip. So you just have to be aware of those things and have an alternate backup on how to, you know, protect yourself or prevent a situation from happening. That's the main thing. Try to prevent, be proactive, prevent situations from happening. So, you know, a person just won't test you, you know, and that's what it's all about. GST Hobbies, I appreciate you, brother. You come through all the time, man. I can't wait to do this giveaway stuff. A lot of y'all going to be in there, man. JST Hobbies _1, he said, smash the button. I appreciate it. You know, and when this ends, guys, drop some comments in the comment section. That really, really helps with the channel. Really appreciate it. Chicago Mike, you're right, man. I've learned to keep my circle small, but my circle's always been small. So I never had like big circles. So I've always had small circles and stuff like that. I've always rocked, you know, in that type of way. Penny Pension Prepper, he out there. I appreciate him coming through. He said, good to see you all. Hope you all have a great night. You too, brother, and be safe, you know, and you know, where you're at and stuff like that. Matthew, that's my homie, man. He said, dang, I got the last bit. Yeah, Matthew, we were talking to, and this is a good guy, very sharp guy too, guys. He knows a lot about firearms. I'm not going to tell you where he worked at, but let me put it this way. He knows a lot about them, and they shared a lot of stuff with me, and he has some good stuff. And he comes through the channel and stuff like that. He enjoys the channel. And I enjoy his company here. And yeah, we were talking about the active shooter situation, Matthew, and what had happened today. So catch the rewind. because we're about to close out. It's 8 o'clock, guys. I will rock with y'all longer, but this is a through the week thing. So I was just doing a pop up Sunday gun gossip. Sunday gun gossip, 8 p.m. Be there or be square. We're gonna go ahead and
Central time.
Yeah, Central Time. We're doing a giveaway. And speaking of giveaways, all right, hang on a sec. Let's see, Chicago. Chicago Mike said I learned to keep my circle small. Let's see. Hillbilly said something. I don't want to ignore that. Ivan, anytime you need protection, Hillbilly Nation, man, come on. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm actually working on my. Hang on, Matthew said I'm actually working on my PhD in criminal. Yeah, he ain't playing, y'all. So this dude, I appreciate him so much. So yeah, guys, and keep this in mind. Big Dre 357 is on air right now. I need you to go straight to his channel because you don't want to miss the giveaway. He's giving away some good shit. So go straight over from here. Big Dre at Big Dre 357. Let's go over and show. Let's go over and show my big brother some support. And let's rock out with him, guys. So I love y'all. I'm not turning on no music because I'm not feeling it right now. And I love you all. I'll holler at y'all, man.
Peace out.